So it's 5 a.m. here where I'm sitting, and I've just randomly decided to talk about UEFA Youth League, where Liverpool played their game against Manchester United today, and they won by a margin of 2 goals to nil. So I will be talking about this competition and our performance today in this game that was a round of 16, one tie only, because in UEFA Youth League you don't have second leg kind of thing, and if match goes on to a draw, it is decided on the basis of penalty shootout. So talking about this competition, and especially focusing on a round of 16 where 32 sides sorry, 16 sides met today, and some two sides played their games yesterday. That is, first game was between Paris Saint Germain and Barcelona, which Barcelona won by a margin of 1 goal to nil. And second game was between Manchester City and Inter Milan, which City eventually won through a penalty shootout, which they won by a margin of 3 goals to 2. There were many misses in that game, but eventually it was City who progressed through to the next round, that is quarterfinals for this competition. So those were the two games that happened on 20th of February. And talking about the games that happened today, first game was between Tottenham and Monaco. I will also talk about I will talk about in detail about the Liverpool game which I saw. I would just give you a brief, give you a short detailing about the other games that happened. That is, first game was between Tottenham and Monaco, which Tottenham won on penalties. That is by a margin of 3 goals to 1. So good win for Tottenham as they proceed to the next round, that is quarterfinals for this competition. And talking about the second game that happened today, it was Porto playing Salzburg, who are the defending champions of this competition. So Porto won that game 3 goals to 1. It is a big win for Porto, who have who, whose first team has suffered a huge loss to Liverpool in UEFA Champions League. So that's some delightful news for the Porto fans. And talking about third game for today, that was between Liverpool and Manchester United. Of course, our team Liverpool won it by 2 goals to 0. I will talk about that game in detail, and I will just tell you about the other games that happened today. Fourth game was between Atletico Madrid and Basel, which Atletico Madrid won by a 1 goal to 0. So that's a good result for Atletico Madrid. Talking about the second Madrid club, who had their game against Bayern München, they won by a margin of 3 goals to 2. So that was really a tough tie for both the sides, and it was Real Madrid who won by 3 goals to 2, and they will proceed to the quarterfinals for this competition. Talking about the last fixture of this round, that is eighth game, and which was the sixth game for today. Chelsea beat Feyenoord, that is by a margin of 5 goals to 2. So big win for Chelsea there, who have won the competition 2 times. And the other, and as we are in the fifth term of this competition, maybe it's maybe we can find a new winner, because the only side that have won this competition apart from Chelsea is Barcelona, and they have qualified for the quarterfinals. So that's how the results went for this competition. Now I will talk about talk about our game as well. But before that, I will tell you the fixtures for quarterfinal that will be played on the 13th and 14th of March are as follows. Real Madrid will play Chelsea. Manchester City will be playing Liverpool. Barcelona will be playing Atletico Madrid, and Tottenham will play Porto. So those are the four fixtures for this round, that is quarterfinals for the Youth League. Now, finally moving on to our team's performance. Well, I can say that Steven Gerrard is having a really good time as a coach, as a Liverpool manager, and the side absolutely played a brilliant football today against Manchester United. Well, talking about the first half, we started it really well with an opening at 11th minute goal from our captain Ben Woodburn. We were playing with a formation that is 4-2-3-1 with players like Grabara, Masterson, Williams, Johnson, Lewis, Kane, Bono, Eddie Kane, Eddie Kane, Woodburn, Jones, and Millar were being the starting 11 players for us. And it was a wonderful pass from the right back Williams to Van Woodburn, who just headed the ball right past the goalkeeper of Manchester United, and it was a good gain for us in the opening 11th in the first half of the game. That is in the 11th minute we were one goal up. And talking about the side, we were really playing with a great tempo, and certainly we controlled the game as compared to Manchester United, who weren't doing any, who weren't even able to attack us. So that was the brilliant thing about our first half of performance, which I loved the most. That we didn't allow United to even build any counter attacks against us, and we controlled the tempo of the game pretty much in the first half. Moving on to second half, we were again keeping it really good, but until it was around I think 70th, or it was around 60th minute that United were looking a bit sharp in their attack. Their one of their players, I don't remember the name of that player, but he hit a shot on the crossbar, so that could have went in, but we were lucky. I mean, even United were lucky that our players also hit their crossbar or woodwork 2 3 times. So very fair to the performance of of our of the boys that we didn't that we eventually won this game. Yeah, there was an injury to Eddie Kane, and he was substituted for that player for another Liverpool player. Camacho was that's his name. I certainly forgot the name of the player. So yeah, Camacho was the player who scored the goal, scored our second goal, and he ensured that we are going safe and we are proceeding to the next round of the competition. And yeah, we surely won the game by a margin of 2 goals to nil. But there was one player from United who certainly did his best to give his team something from the game. That is when we were leading by 1 goal to nil. That is strong. He was really looking like he will score a goal and give his team light to get back into the game. But our substitute, that is Camacho, he scored a beautiful goal, and that was the almost set match thing for us, and we were certainly going to the next round. That is. To the quarterfinals of the UEFA Youth League. So yeah, that's a brilliant win for the team, and Stevie Gerrard were absolutely happy as I saw him on the sideline. And Ben Woodburn, wow, he certainly played like like a leader, like a captain, and he gave what I was expecting personally, that he will score a goal, and he did score a goal. And talking about the other player, that is Curtis Jones, he was also brilliant down in the middle. Yeah, so yeah, he absolutely played a great game as much as Woodburn did. He had chances or two to score as well, but he didn't. He wasn't as sharp because talking about our counter in this youth team isn't that pacey as you would find in our that is first team, like the likes of Salah, Mane. They are really fast players, and everyone knows that. So yeah, we aren't that fast in that youth team, but certainly we did enough to get us through to the next round. And yeah, we are missing Rihan Brewster badly, who who unfortunately isn't available due to injury, and he has scored a bad one. So We will have to wait and see how much time it takes to recover. Maybe by the end of the season he will recover, or uh, maybe before that. But yeah, one thing is clear, that we are in the next round. That is, we are facing Manchester City, who won through the penalties. That we need to perform really good in that game if we are to go forward into semi-finals and maybe fancy a win in this competition for the first time. So yeah, that those were my thoughts I wanted to share. uh, I just had some coffee and I was just doing some work, so I thought, why not talk about our performance for today. So yeah, that's all I have in this podcast. uh, I will do more such podcasts maybe, and surely I will do video stuff as well related to our club and anything I have to share with you guys. Thank you for listening me.